and in today's tutorial, it's going to be a continuation of the course CSS211, and today we're taking our bearing from what we call measurement of crime. We call crime statistics, otherwise crime statistics, and in today's tutorial, very positive that we should be able to conclude with the course today. So with this being said, let's go straight into it. Okay, so I believe we can see the board clearly. All right, so we have crime statistics. What does crime statistic means? We're dissecting that. That's CSS211. We have crime statistics. Okay, crime statistics is said to be the basic and official instrument, all right, for the measurement of crime. What is used, the yardstick, the basic and the official measurements. The basic and the official, all right, instrument, official instrument. Basic and the official instrument for the measure. All right, meant of crime. So this is the official way, the official yardstick, the official measurement for crime. So we have that as that. So let's continue. By crime statistics, we mean the uniform data on offense and offenders expressed in numeric terms. All right, uniform data on offense and offenders. Offense and offenders expressed in numerical more of record, numerical terms. So basically, you said uniform data, all right, data that are together, right, data that you can marry together, data that matches the cohesion between the data on offense and offenders expressed, all right, expressed by offenders or offense in numeric terms. So that is the statistics. Now we have this information, this data are gotten from agencies like the NDLE, all right, the custom, the immigration. Okay, so we have the custom, we have the immigration, we have the ICPC. Now the NDLE in full simply means Nigerian Drug and Law Enforcement Agency, ND, all right, LEA, all right, Nigerian Drug and Law Enforcement Agency. So we have NDLEA, we have the ICPA, that's Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses, ICPC, all right, and we have EFCC, and we have the FRSC, which is the Federal Road Safety Corps, and we have the NAPTIP, National Agency for Prohibition of Traffic in Person. All right, this is where all this information are gotten from. NAPTIP, okay, as a national agency for the prohibition of traffic and, all right, of traffic in person. Traffic in person. Okay, basically against human trafficking, and we have that as that. Now let's continue. Now we have something called structure. All right, structure. And basically, there are three different types. All right, there are three different terms we use to categorize, or we use to characterize the structure of a social control. All right, structure of a social control. Structure of social control. All right, so there are three ways, basically, three ways to characterize structure of a social control. One, two, three. There are three ways to categorize structure of a social control. All right. Now, when we say social control, all right, these are laws and regulation put in check, all right, to coordinate, to put in check the behavior of citizens of a particular society. All right, structures put in check. All right. Now we have the terms of group, community, and society. Community, all right, community, and we have society. Okay, these are the three terms, all right, we use in characterizing the structure of social control. Now, structure in society is based on organization. All right, structure in a society is based on organization. All right, like I said earlier on, the structure is what puts in place, all right, the bodies, the strategies, the bodies, the entities placed to guide against certain behavior in the society. All right, every society has some form of socialization, right? Definitely people must socialize. Now the process involves pattern where young ones inherit the proper way of life. All right, it's all about teaching the young ones to, all right, the process of socialization under structure involves helping the young ones, all right, to, all right, the pattern where the young ones inherit a proper way of life. So that we have that of that. So we have something called mort, right? When we say mort, is an informal court, all right? Mort is an informal court. Informal court, okay? And this court serves as a highly effective mechanism for conflict resolution. Highly effective, all right, highly effective mechanism for conflict mechanism for conflict resolution. All right, now there are informal airing of disputes, all right, involving kinsmen and friends of the litigants, all right, involving kinsmen and litigants. So now we have that as that. Now let's talk about the prison. But before we get there, permit me to raise the board. So we have the prisons. The prisons. Okay, now the prison is responsible in carrying out measures to prevent escapes of the convicted person. Provides measures, all right, to prevent escape, to prevent escape, all right, for escape for escape of the, of the convicted, all right, person, convicted persons, all right. Prisons are characterized, they are characterized into, all right, we have, all right, we have the maxi, okay, maxi security prison. We have also the maximum security, medium security. We have the maximum, right, security prison. We have the medium security prison, and we have the minimum and women minimum security prison, and we have the women security prison. All right, so they are categorized into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all right, classes. Now the maxi prison, all right, security prison are prison for the most dangerous criminals. This otherwise, all right, this is otherwise known as category A prison classification in Britain. Most notorious, all right, slash dangerous, all right, dangerous criminals, and is known as class A prison in Britain. Now the maximum security prison are characterized by high walls, multiple fences with wires, all right, high walls, all right, and we have multiple fences with wires. Okay, the medium security prison is characterized an early attempt by prison to reform offenders, all right, early attempt kind of prison. The minimum is just more of rehabilitation, all right. Here is early attempt, all right, here is more of rehabilitation. And for women prison designed to cater for women convicts, women convicts. Okay, so we have that as that. Now we have now let's talk about, now one thing you should understand, that deviance is everywhere, all right. All society and all social group have norms and sanctions, rule and regulation. So there are going to be people that will disobey these rules and regulation, all right, and this is what we refer to as deviance. All right, now let's talk about what criminal law is. Now criminal law is regarded as the most serious rules of any society, and a drastic punishment is always meted out for the offenders. All right, criminal law is said to be the most serious rule of any society, all right, the most serious rule for any society. We have the civil law. Basically the criminal laws are laws that, all right, are made to attend to criminal issues, all right. While we have the civil law, They are designed to resolve practical, all right, private disputes. All right, slash crime. Here, that's a civil law. Law is a private dispute. All right, law to resolve private disputes. We have legal actions here. All right, and not are initiated by a person and not the state. All right, legal actions here are initiated by the person and not the state. We have administrative law, which involves a legislative creation of agencies. All right, administrative law involves legislative creation of agencies, and these agencies are empowered to create and enforce law within a particular sphere of social life. That's admin law. All right, here is where we have agencies, all right, that are empowered to enforce law within a particular sphere. All right, empowered to create and enforce law in a particular sphere of life. So we have of social life, in a particular sphere of social life. We have that is that. Now there's something called stigma. All right, stigma is a category of person. All right, a person categorized as deviant due to a stigmatized status. All right, this person has been seen as a deviant. All right, therefore he is what? Categorized. All right, this person has deviated from the norms, so is categorized as a deviant, and this is due to some stigmatized status, some things that are against the law that he has done. So this person is tagged a deviant. All right, so he becomes a stigma because he has deviated. Okay, now we have that as that. Now let's talk about some theories about crime. Some crime theories. Now we have something called psychoanalysis theory. The psychoanalysis theory. The psychoanalysis theory is a theory that is based on Sigmund Freud's work. Psychoanalysis theory is the basis of Sigmund Freud, all right, analysis of crime. The basis of Sigmund Freud, all right, the basis of Sigmund Freud analysis, that's in 1885 to 1939. All right, so Sigmund Freud analysis of crime, Okay, so now the psychoanalysis theory is definitely the basis of Sigmund Freud analysis of crime during 1856 to 1939. Now, according to him, according to Sigmund Freud, he believes that crime and delinquency are consequence of an imbalance between three factors. All right. He believed that crime and delinquency, all right, is the consequence between an imbalance, all right, between an imbalance relationship of three factors, all right, according to him, which he related to the subconscious mind. Now, let's take a look at this. Now, the first reason says, okay, so now crime and delinquents are a consequence, consequence of an imbalance, all right, imbalance between three factors of the subconscious subconscious mind, and that is by Sigmund Freud. And now let's look at what we call power and conflict. Power, all right, and conflict. Now, the power and conflict concept here, what are we talking about in essence? Power and conflict concept is highlighted in the works of Austin Tooks, right? Austin Took, all right? The work of Austin Took in his book Criminality and Legal Order in 1969. Criminality and Legal Order. That's the book of Austin Took. Now, he says society has organized, all right, into weak and powerful groups. Now, according to him, he said the power and conflict concept is related, can be traced down to how the society is being organized into the weak and powerful group. All right. Society is organized into the weak and powerful, into weak and powerful groups. Now, we have that as that. Now, let's continue. We have something called conformity. Now, conformity refers to the acceptance of society's goals and the approval means for achieving the goal. Now we have acceptance. All right. Acceptance came first. Then we have approved. Approval. Approved means. All right. Approved means. First, there has to be an acceptance of a society's goal. Acceptance of a society's, all right, acceptance of a society's goals, then the approval for the means to achieve these goals. Okay, approval, all right, means of achieving the goal. Then we have conformity, and there's something we also have called now there's something called innovation. Okay, here innovation is seen as the goal is accepted while the means is rejected. All right, that is innovation. Conformity means, okay, this is what is obtainable in this state. You don't work at 10 p.m. All right, you use the pedestrian bridge, you don't cross the road. All right, so these are laws that you need to accept. All right, so it's a different thing for you to acknowledge them, and it's a different thing for you to observe them. Right, acknowledging them simply means, okay, yes, I know this exists. All right, but observing them means, do you follow the laws? So in innovation now, you accept that the law exists, but the law says, okay, I'm giving you the conditions, okay, I'm giving you road, use the pedestrian bridge to use, don't cross the road directly. All right, so instead of you to accept both the law and how it should be observed, you chose to accept the law but reject the means. The means is how you practice this law. So in innovation is simply telling us that, okay, you accept the law but you reject the means. All right, innovation represents acceptance of goals, all right, but rejecting the means to achieve this. All right, so we have ritualism. Here you reject the goal but accept the means. All right, so you see how these terms are. Acceptance, you accept the goal and also accept the means. Innovation, you accept the goals but you reject the means. All right, so we have that as that. So I think in our next class we'll take it off from ritualism. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I believe you've been able to gain a thing or two into this class, and I look forward to seeing you on subsequent tutorials. Bye bye. Okay.